When Young Thug came into the rap game, a lot of people called him a Lil Wayne clone. They had a similar sound, and Thug made it clear that Wayne was a huge influence. At one point, they was on the same label, and Thug was even mentored by Birdman. But then they started beefing, and Thug allegedly tried to have his idol killed. Here's what went down. It all started back in 2014, when Thug announced he was gonna name his debut album, Carter 6, to pay homage to Wayne. At the time, Weezy was talking about retiring and dropping the Carter 5, so it sounded like Thug was just trying to show his respect. They performed together at South by Southwest just a few days before, and everything seemed cool. But the name of Thug's album soon became a big problem. Around the same time, Thug was linking up with Wayne's mentor, Birdman, and it was rumored that he signed with Cash Money Records. Eventually, it was confirmed that Thug ain't actually signed with him, but Birdman, Thug, and Rich Homie Quan created the group Rich Gang together. Birdman and Wayne been locked in since Wayne was just 12 years old. Birdman took him under his wing and helped him become a superstar. But their relationship got complicated, and around 2014, they started having major issues. The Carter 5 kept getting delayed, and Weezy got tired of waiting for Cash Money to drop it. So he went on a huge Twitter rant and aired out Birdman and the label. One of the tweets said, "To all my fans, I want you to know that my album won't and hasn't been released because Baby and Cash Money Records refused to release it." Then he said, "I want off this label and nothing to do with these people, but unfortunately, it ain't that easy. I am a prisoner, and so is my creativity. Again, I am truly sorry, and I don't blame you if you're fed up with waiting for me and this album, but thank you." At this point, Wayne only had problems with Birdman and Cash Money, but then Thug's label, 300 Entertainment, announced on Twitter that his album was going to be called Carter 6, and this is when the problems between Thug and Wayne really kicked off. After 300 broke the news, Wayne's daughter, Reginae Carter, said, "Is he trying to be funny with this Carter 6? Because it's pretty childish to me. Try again if you're even trying to get on my father's level." Wayne went after Birdman and Cash Money with a $51 million lawsuit, and then he started sending shots at Thug too. By this time, the Carter 6 cover art was revealed, which showed Young Thug naked. During a performance at a club, Lil Wayne told the crowd, "Stop listening to songs of who pose naked on their motherfucking album covers." He ain't call out Thug by name, but everyone knew who he was talking about.
"I want y'all to do me a favor and stop listening to songs that pose naked on their motherfucking album cover."
The next day, Thug got on Instagram and made it clear that he ain't have beef with his idol. He said, "I understand Lil Wayne is frustrated about his career, and I feel him on that, but this is my idol. I won't ever swap words with him or beef with him about nothing. This is a person I look up to."
I understand that Lil Wayne is frustrated about his career, and I feel him on that, but this is my idol. I wouldn't ever in my life swap words with him or beef with him about nothing. This is a person that I look up to.
Then the situation took a weird turn the next day when Thug posted a video on Instagram promoting his album where a voiceover said, "Big killer, young fucking money. F you, I'll kill you." It ain't clear what it really meant, but 2 days later, Thug made a more direct threat towards Wayne. On April 14, 2015, Thug announced he was changing the name of his album to Carter 6 just 3 days before it was scheduled to drop. Supposedly, Wayne was ready with a lawsuit if Thug kept the Carter 6 title, so Thug switched it to avoid any legal drama.
Can't name the mixtape Carter 6 cause these ass trying to sue. Just like some hoes. Big old blood song going Carter 6.
But that same day, he made another post to Instagram that showed him pouring up lean and announcing the show in Hollygrove, the hood Lil Wayne's from in New Orleans. At the end of the video, Thug made an interesting threat and said, "Beat me there with them too."
Yeah, YSL. Carter 6 coming out Friday, first show. New Orleans, Hollygrove. Meet me there, better yet, beat me there, you see.
Over the course of a couple days, Thug went from saying Wayne was his idol and that he'd never beef with him to sending serious threats. Later that same day, Thug posted another video where he said, "If you're gonna be a founder or a leader and respect when people look up to you, be that. If you're gonna criticize, be that. But don't mix your feelings. That shit weak." He eventually deleted the video, but at this point, it was clear that Thug and Wayne wasn't cool. Carter 6 officially dropped on April 17th, and Thug took a subliminal shot at Wayne on the track Can't Tell, rapping, "Boy, I'll leave you dead," and call it Dedication, which most fans thought was a shot at Wayne's Dedication mixtapes. Wayne clapped back a few days later at a show where he said,
"If there were any other albums that dropped recently, tell them I say suck my ain't no motherfucking such thing as Carter 6. You let them know Tunchi said suck my."
The beef was heating up, and it was clear that Thug and Wayne wasn't going back down. Then, on April 26, 2015, things got deadly when Wayne's tour bus got shot up in Atlanta. That night, Young Thug was performing at Southern University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, but the crowd obviously wasn't taking his side in the beat. They started yelling Weezy and F you at Thug and booing him. He told the crowd, "I still love you," but Wayne's home state wasn't rocking with him. At the same time, Wayne was performing in Thug's home city of Atlanta, and he got it even worse. After his 2 tour buses left the venue, someone pulled up and shot him up. Lil Wayne and a bunch of his affiliates was all riding together in one of the buses, but luckily, the shooter missed and no one was hit. The police ended up arresting a dude named Jimmy Winfrey for the shooting and charged him with aggravated assault, terroristic threats, possession of a firearm by a felon, and criminal gang activity. Winfrey was Thug's road manager at the time, and police say he's trying to move up in the ranks with the Bloods by committing a high-profile shooting of a rival rap artist. According to the police, Winfrey confronted Wayne outside of the club after a show and told him, "This is my city. Keep f***ing around, I'll spray the bus." Then, the Atlanta police separated them and rushed Wayne's crew to their bus. They tried to arrest Winfrey right there, but he managed to get away and hop into his Camaro. The tour bus had a police escort for a minute, but they broke off when the bus hit the interstate, and that's when Winfrey pulled up and started dumping shots. According to some sources, Young Thug called Winfrey 8 times in the 12 minutes leading up to the bus shooting, and Winfrey called Birdman right after. In a leaked phone convo, Birdman says to Winfrey, "Come out and get your money." Young Thug and Birdman never got charged with being involved in the shooting, but the bus driver from that night ended up suing both of them for causing pain, anguish, suffering, discomfort, medical expenses, and lost wages. But it ain't clear how the situation ended up getting settled. Then, out of nowhere, the Game hopped into the beef and said, "My Toon, Wayne, ain't never been Hollywood. He's just Holly Grove. Anybody f***ing with Toon got a problem with me. I will f*** Young Thug up."
My nigga Toon ain't never been Hollywood, he's just been Holly Grove. You know what the f*** it is. Let's sign this motherfucker. Anybody f***ing with Toon gotta f***ing follow me. I will f*** Young Thug up on.
Thug clapped back at Game on Instagram and said,
See, you used to be a Crip, now you're a Blood. So I don't want no smoke with you. You got Bloods and Crips on your team. And you was a male stripper once before, so I don't want to fight you. I don't want no germs from you. And you know I'm in LA more than Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he the governor.
And Game shot back, threatening to have Thug taken care of, saying,
"I just seen your little video, you paint your nails like a girl, you call your bae, and you keep around, gonna drive by that nail shop and light that motherfucker up."
The beef between Game and Thug only lasted a day. Then JoJo Capone stepped in and helped him squash it. After the tour bus shooting, things cooled off for a minute. Then Thug came out and confirmed again he wasn't actually signed with Birdman and said, "I'm gonna drop one more mixtape before my album. The album is called High Tunes. I'm gonna drop one more mixtape. I'll probably name it the Carter 5, because the original Carter 5 still ain't came out yet. I don't know what the f they doing slow coaching, so I'm gonna put that motherfucker out for him." Most fans thought the beef was only gonna get worse from that point, but a couple of months after getting shot at, Wayne said in the interview,
I mean, you know, Cloud came out and straight said that I'm naming my album such and such because of props and because I'm such a fan, and that's a total different approach. Okay. You know, so I had to be just a monster for me to be like, I don't believe you. So if he says from the heart and we say that he's some kind of fan, then welcome, and I love him. Hell, thanks, bro. You know what I mean? I appreciate everything about it if he's a fan.
After that, the beef just kind of died out. A few years after everything went down, Thug and Wayne officially squashed it when Thug was featured on the track Out West from Wayne's mixtape No Ceilings 3. Recently, Thug, Gunna, and 26 other YSL affiliates got hit with a massive RICO indictment. The 56-count indictment names Jimmy Winfrey as the dude who shot Wayne's tour bus, but it don't mention if Thug was actually involved. It seems unlikely that Thug's road manager would go after a superstar like Wayne without permission from his boss, but nobody really knows what led up to the shooting. More info will probably come out when the trial actually starts, and we might finally get the full story. Did Thug really try to have his former idol murdered over a petty beef, or was Jimmy Winfrey just looking for a way to get clout with the Bloods? Thug's trial is scheduled for January 2023, and that's when all the details will become public. This story's still developing, so make sure y'all tap in for updates.